guys, it's me, Crystal, and hopefully the setup is okay. I think I mentioned, I don't know, a few months ago that I got a new phone in April, and because the phone is so gigantic, it broke like the mini tripod I was using, so I got another one, and it's quite a bit taller than the other one, and so now I feel like the camera is kind of at an interesting angle, so we'll see if this works. Also, I had to rearrange my bookshelves, just a tiny bit, not a lot. Like I didn't like shift entire categories around. It's just I decided to just move a few things, and so I was just kind of fussing over the size of all the books and and things like that. And also I had like 5 adult fantasy books that were in the YA section, and then I had like a YA fantasy book that was in the adult section, and so I was moving things around and I feel a lot better. It feels more organized to me now. But anyway, so today I wanted to talk about my 4th quarter goals, which will cover October, November, and December, so the last quarter of the year. And I also wanted to do a wrap up of my 3rd quarter goals, which covered July, August, and September. And also, before I did that, I wanted to talk a little bit about the planner that I was switching to. And so previously I've been using this planner from Plum Paper, and I'm sticking with Plum Paper, but I decided to get a slightly bigger planner because this one, as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller, and I'll show you what it looks like inside in case you didn't see that video. So let me get to a page I haven't written all over. So normally, like in this planner, you have like this overview page where you can write down goals you have, things you want to remember, things to note, things like that. And then you have like a blank page, and then, you know, there's like a typical calendar spread. I had it set up like this. And so basically what was going on is I had like a section to write a quote that I liked at the moment, but I don't always have a quote that I want to write down, and most of the quotes I just put them in my phone. And so like this has been like blank most of the time, and I have this little box where I was writing down something I was grateful for, and I do really like doing this, so I wanted to keep this. And then I decided to do like boxes going down for every single day of the week. And so I had to do reading, writing, blogging, and vlogging, lifestyle, which made sense to me at the time when I made it. I didn't really remember what I was thinking now, and then miscellaneous. And so there's not like a ton of space to write in these boxes, and my handwriting is just a little too big, and I'm constantly kind of going over the lines, and it's kind of driving me crazy. And so rather than stick with this planner for the rest of the year, I decided to get another one and do dropped it. Anyway, I decided to get another one and do a 15-month planner. So I want to show you what this looks like and what I'll be using for the rest of the year and hopefully all next year. So I'm going to show you November because I've already started using it. So anyway, so it has the same as the other one, just this overview page at the beginning of the month. And then I decided to add like these goal pages. So at the beginning and end of every month, I can go through what my monthly goals are and like things I want to remember and some steps I can take to help me meet my goals for the month. And my monthly goals are always related to my quarterly goals. And then, you know, your typical calendar spread. And then I decided to do something different. So I think I mentioned earlier this year too that I haven't really been doing a lot of writing this year. So having the writing tab, this has basically been empty most of the year. And so I think I've been writing like when I was doing the writing master classes. I think I've just been writing like, you know, how many lessons I wanted to do every day in the writing section. And this has basically been blank all year, and it's kind of triggering, and not in a good way. And you might be thinking, how are you triggered in a good way? But sometimes I get a kick out of it, and this is not one of those times. So I've been wanting to get rid of this. And I also didn't feel like I needed a blogging and vlogging tab, just because if I do something, I was still having to specify whether this is for my blog or whether this is for a video. And so I just decided that I just wanted something. I thought this would work for me. I tried it for, you know, 9 months. It's not really working for me, so I want to do something different. So what I decided to do is to have like a main goal for the week, and I'm going to write that up here. And then on the second half of the week, I have my gratitude box for me to think of something that I'm grateful for and write it down every month, every week. And then I decided to add this habit tracker. I don't know how this is going to work. This is just something that I wanted to try. And so I guess if I'm like, I don't know, if there's something that specific that I want to work on, I can just write it on the habit tracker. I just wanted to give it a try. So, and also I have a lot more space. Part of why I have more space is because the weekends are stacked, and that's like not my favorite. I usually don't like the weekends to be stacked like that. Sometimes I like to have more space over the weekend, but at the same time, that has been proving to be kind of stressful for me. And so every single weekend, I'm like, I have all this stuff that I put on the calendar because I have all this space. And I've talked about this in the last time when I got this planner about how I always end up with too much space. And I feel like I need to fill the space, and then my to-do list gets too long and I get overwhelmed and then I'm stressed out. So I decided to do like just a to-do box, a reading box, and this is just like I give myself 3 to-dos and like that's it. And then reading, just whatever my reading goal is for that day. And then I just have this blank section to put whatever else I want to do. And then there are these shaded boxes at the bottom. And I wanted to do this because I thought it would be fun to like, there are some days I'm in the mood to like do a little bit of meal planning, or there's like some kind of meal I'm excited about or something. I don't want to forget about it. So I can write it down here, or I can just leave these blank, or I can just put like important things here. They had an option where I could like put in dinner plans or, something here, but I just wanted to leave it blank so I have that flexibility to do whatever I want. And so, yeah, so I'm really excited to switch to this and use something that will fit my handwriting a little bit better and will maybe fit the way I like to plan my life or like work on my goals or whatever a little bit better, be a little bit less triggering, because I don't have to be reminded every single day that I'm not writing. So because, guilt trips are not helping. So we don't want to feel guilty, and I don't want to feel like I'm being like extra lazy or something. So, but yes, at the end of every month, I get to go over my month and talk about how I did. And this is like one of my favorite things to do in this planner. It's been one of my favorite things to do in this planner is just to like go over the month and then talk about how I did, because it's helping me see where like there's like a productivity, like how productive do I think I was. And like there are some times when I'm like really, really busy, but because I didn't do any writing, or maybe I didn't get a lot of reading done, like when I was moving, I didn't feel like I was very productive, and it forced me to kind of reflect. It's like, actually, I packed up my entire house by myself. And, moved across town or whatever. And so it's like, I was super productive, and it's helping me like give myself a little bit more credit and hold myself accountable and things like that. And so I really enjoy filling this out, and then I have like a blank page to write down notes to myself or goals for the next month or whatever. So for the third quarter, I had 4 goals, and my first goal was to finish unpacking. And I think I finished unpacking. I did do this. I still have like a few miscellaneous things that I need to take the time to like find a permanent home for instead of just leaving on my kitchen table. So, but yes, I finished unpacking, so goal met. So my second goal for the third quarter of the year was to read 15 books. And I don't have my numbers in front of me, but I think I read 22 books. So goal met. And then my third goal was to finish the Christina Aguilera masterclass. And I did do this. I kind of dragged to the finish line, not because the masterclass is not good, but I noticed when I was taking the interior design masterclass, I think like in June, that when it comes to like my hobbies and things, that once we get past like the initial like ways to like sing better, or ways to like improve your interior decorating eye, or ways to like, I did the fashion design class, I realized that like once we get to like the professional like part where for people who like want to do this for a living, I kind of am not interested anymore. And it's been like really hard to like watch all the lessons. I didn't have to watch all of them, but I didn't want to like give up and not watch all of them or like miss like a hidden gem at the end of the masterclass. And so because I'm like, you know, I wanted to get as much out of my year of masterclass as I can. But I did do this, so check. Although I dragged pretty close to the end of the month. And then my fourth goal was to hang outside once because I have this nice like covered patio in the back of my house. And I did do this, although I probably should have been a little bit more specific because in my head I was thinking, oh, I can go out there with a book and sit on my patio furniture and like do a little bit of reading. You know, when it's not too hot outside. Or like on a rainy day or whatever. And I did go out and it was like it wasn't raining, but I think it was like dusk and it wasn't too hot. And I did go out there and like walk around and like, you know, enjoy some fresh air. But I only stayed out there for a few minutes, and so I'm like, I probably should have been a bit more specific about how long I wanted to stay outside and like what I wanted to do outside. But I am going to give myself a check for this because I did go outside and hang out. So at this point, I think I have like 10 or less books to meet my reading goal for the year. And so my first goal for the fourth quarter of 2020 is to read 10 books. So basically just to meet my reading goal, I think I set a reading goal of 53 books. I'm pretty sure I'm going to read more than that because there's 3 months left in the year and I'm almost done. And I have a lot more books I want to read and I'm like really excited about, and I'm kind of vulnerable right now. So I feel like I was probably a little too conservative with my reading goal, but anyway. And then my second goal is to finish organizing my house. I'm actually hoping to do this by the end of October. And that's just, like I said earlier, just getting like all those like miscellaneous things just like put up in their perma homes and, you know, enjoy my space and having everything put up and stuff. And then my third goal is to use my art room. So basically, I have this room that I'm just calling the art room. I have my easel set up in there, my paints are in there, and I don't have to paint in there, but I want to do something in there. I want to do ballet in there. I want to hang out and read in there. Maybe do, I don't know, some belly dancing in there or some painting, whatever. I just want to like make sure I'm using this room and like get used to using this room because I'm used to having to do everything like in my living room because in my townhouse, like I had a guest room, and so the bed took up like a lot of space, and I decided, you know, I don't have guests that often. They can sleep on the air mattress, they can sleep on the sofa, whatever, you know. So it's like I don't want to have this bed like taking up all the space because I watched Tidying Up with Marie Kondo and I felt like really inspired not to have you know, things taking up space that I'm not using. And so obviously, you know, I use my office, and obviously I use my living room and my bedroom and my kitchen. And I don't really use my dining table, but maybe I will once I get it cleaned off. I don't know. But that's not taking up a lot of space. So anyway, so I decided to turn what would have been my guest room into an art room. So I just want to like make sure I use it, whatever. And then my fourth goal and my last goal for the fourth quarter of the year is to have a no spend month in October. I feel like, I mean, I don't feel like my spending has been like super out of control, but I feel like I've spent way too much money in October. And you know, not in October, I feel like I spent way too much money in September. And so I don't want my spending to get out of control. And so I want to have a no spend month for October so I can like kind of get my spending under control and, you know, get used to like actually following my budget again. So those are all my goals for the fourth quarter, the last quarter of the year. And yeah. I am almost done putting up things though. I have just about everything I'm going to put on the walls except for like one thing. Everything for now anyway. So it's really just like a few like miscellaneous stuff. So I will say my mini library office is like my favorite room in the house. And I really like being in here, and I really like looking at my shelves because I've been wanting like a wall full of books for like so long. So anyway, I feel like this video is so long. I'm gonna have a really hard time editing this. But anyway, so that is all for this video, and I hope you guys are making some goals and meeting some goals and reading some good books and enjoying your life. And yeah, and I will see you guys in the next video.